Hi Kaylee, welcome back to my office.
Hi.
Since your last visit, I've had time to look over the exam findings from your last visit, and the important thing is I found that I can help you. First, I wanted to go over with you again what a subluxation is. So, a subluxation is when two bones of the body, they misalign, and it causes that nerve right there to become trapped.
Okay.
And so, are you kind of familiar with guitars?
A little bit.
Okay, so think of it like as if if you're playing the guitar and you have the strings and they're tuned, it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But if those tunes, or if the strings are out of whack and they aren't in sync, then the guitar is not going to sound as good, is it?
Not really.
So it's kind of like what chiropractic does. We find subluxations in the body and we fix those. And the importance of that is the nerves aren't traveling right, and that's kind of why you're having these symptoms in your leg. So if you look in this magazine right here, you see how all these nerve roots go to different organs?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I want to fix with you.
Okay.
So I kind of want to go over the exam findings with you that I found on you. So from the x-rays we took of you, I found that you have osteoarthritis in L3, 4, and 5. And again, that's in your lower back. And I also found that the disc, which is this right here, is starting to become thinner. And that happens as we age. Our discs are filled with water, and once the water starts to disappear, it just starts to shrink a little bit. Kind of like, you see how this one's big and this one's starting to shrink a little? That's kind of what's going on with you. And in this magazine, which I'm going to let you take home today, it shows you exactly what I'm talking about. So here, you can take a look at this. This would be a normal disc, and if you go down here, it's when you start to see disc height starting to decrease. You see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
And down here is what you have. It's called degenerative arthritis, and that's when it really starts to break down. So that's just some of the things I found with you. You can take that home with you. It has awesome things, yoga, how you should be sleeping, and all that kind of stuff. So other things that I found in the exam is I found that you had subluxations in your back, and I can really help with those. The other thing I found was you had decreased range of motion. So when we were doing this with your neck, and you remember that, how it was harder to go to one side than the other? So those adjustments are also going to help with that. Yeah.
Okay.
How have you been feeling since your last visit?
All right.
Still having the numbness and tingling down your leg?
Still numbness.
So I'm kind of going to go over the treatment plan that I plan to do with you. Have you ever heard of a thing called traction?
Briefly.
So that's when you get on this machine and I hook you up to it and it pulls your spine. And what that does is it allows this disc, which I do believe that you have a little bit of bulge coming out, it'll pull that disc and try to put it back into place.
Okay.
So that, because what's happening with you is you're having nerve root, it's causing inflammation of that, and it's trapped. So once we put you on the traction machine and pull that out, I think it's going to start to help you a little bit.
Sounds good.
Other things I want to do with you is I want to do some soft tissue work, because back here in your back, that's starting to feel really tight, and I believe that'll help calm it down a little bit. And another thing is, in your paperwork from last time, I noticed that you do drink alcohol beverages, not very frequently, but I'm going to start a water diary with you. And that's just every time that you drink water, I want you to write it down. Because the importance of that is the discs, they're full of water, like I said, and I want to make sure that we get all that water back in that disc and it starts to get better. Okay. And another thing is, at my office, I have a nutrition plan, so if you're interested in that, once we get you started, I can get you on a nutrition plan to help you.
Oh, for sure.
I think that'll start to help you also. And another thing I think that will help is doing some yoga. I noticed that you said in your paperwork that it hurts when you bend down and you can't really do laundry, pick things up.
Yeah.
That'll also help relax you, because you said you've been stressed.
Yeah.
And it'll just overall help.
Okay.
That's just something that you could do by yourself. So I did call your insurance, and we do take it. They said that the out-of-pocket at my office, I will charge you $50 a visit.
Okay.
But if you use your insurance every time, it'll just be $15 through them.
Sounds better.
And so I want to see you at least, starting right now, at least 3 times a week. for 4 weeks. And then once we hit that 4 weeks, I want to reevaluate you, see if we've got any of that tingling out of your leg. And then if we do, and I'm starting to see treatment, then we'll lower your visits. And if not, then we'll reevaluate you and find something else that will try to help you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
Don't believe so.
Alright. Well, then we'll get you started today. If you want to come back, I'll adjust you and then get you started on all that treatment.
Sounds good.
Alright. Come on.